You know you made me smile, right?
So do you know anything about the Phillips curve?
So, do you know what the Phillips curve is?
Do you know what the Phillips curve is?
No. So, do you know what the Phillips curve is? Hi, do you know what the Phillips curve is?
Why, yes, I do, little girl. Of course I know what the Phillips curve is. I was born a long time ago. I know what the Phillips curve is. I know the Phillips curve measures the differences between the unemployment rate and the inflation rate. Yep, I know the Phillips curve.
The Phillips curve illustrates the relationship between the unemployment rate and the inflation rate. The downward slope of the Phillips curve indicates a trade-off between inflation and unemployment. Over the long run, that trade-off disappears.
At long run, there are no differences between the unemployment rate and the inflation rate. That's why the line's vertical, just like at the long run aggregate supply curve at potential real GDP.
An important trade-off in economics is the trade-off between inflation and unemployment. The Phillips curve visualizes this relationship. On the x-axis, we have the unemployment rate, and on the y-axis, the inflation rate. The long-run Phillips curve is simply a vertical line. The short-run Phillips curve is a downward sloping curve. As you can see, when inflation rate is high, unemployment rate is low, and vice versa. There are three different locations on a curve that all represent different situations. Point A equals full employment, point B equals a recession, and point C equals above full employment.
It's important to compare the Phillips curve graph with the aggregate supply and aggregate demand graph. The short-run Phillips curve and long-run Phillips curve mirror the short-run aggregate supply. Recall points A, B, and C on the short-run Phillips curve. These points mirror the locations at which the aggregate demand intersects the short-run aggregate supply. So let's look at this logically. When unemployment is low, GDP is high. When the price level is high, inflation is high as well. When the aggregate supply shifts to the left, it causes an increase in the price level and a decrease in the output. This causes an increase in the unemployment rate. Combined with the increase in the inflation rate, this leads to a shift in the short-run Phillips curve to the right.